Hey guys, Uncommon Sensors coming at you. Today I just wanted to review a video that's been circulating for a little while. Many of you I'm sure have probably seen this. So first I just want to go through a little bit of the video and I will comment on it as we go through. So let's begin.
San Diego County Sheriff Bill Gore. What you're about to see is dramatic body-worn camera footage and
it sure is dramatic body-worn camera footage, but this is not something that a news station has done a fire request for. This is something that the Sheriff's Department has prepared as a pre-packaged story and shipped off to as many news outlets as they possibly can, and it's been picked up by quite a few. I've got one here from, I don't even know who it was from. It's just the first one I found. I've seen it a few times, and each time it pisses me off. Now, I don't know if you guys are aware, I'm pretty sure it was Bush in 2002 or 3. Now, he was grilled by a reporter back when journalism used to hold government to account, and he was into Bush about, hey, why are you guys still pushing out these prepackaged pieces and having them published on news stations without the station declaring that the piece they're about to watch is effectively propaganda. It's government prepared and presented on their behalf in order to pierce the psyche of the individual, the public. So they're seeing this, thinking that it's news and believing that it's an actual event. So let's get into it a little bit more and then I'll...
involving one of our deputies who was exposed to fentanyl.
First of all, they don't know that he was exposed to fentanyl. First of all, that's not been made clear. So theoretically, for them to be able to say that, they would have to go, okay, this event occurred, we sent this substance off to be tested, and it came back as fentanyl. They didn't do that.
During his patrol shift.
You're okay.
Okay, just get ready for some... This is the worst acting you've seen. But don't forget, it's got the dramatic... oh, my heart feels this music.
Don't be sorry.
Okay, a patrol deputy with the scene was exposed to fentanyl while processing drugs at the scene of an arrest. Okay, let's just...
There's nothing to be sorry about. I got you, okay? I'm not going to let you die.
All of these sounds are overlaid. If you go throw it into any audio, or even throw it into your DaVinci, throw it into your Final Cut Pro, you can see that this is a separate track, all these car sounds.
Don't let you die. It's okay, just focus on your breathing.
I'm assuming that he nearly died of embarrassment after everyone else exposing this for the fraud that it is.
Okay? Focus on it. I need Narcan! I'm Corporal Scott Crane from the San Diego County Sheriff's Department.
And I've got this vacant look in my eyes that all cops have because we've all got sub-60 IQs.
My trainee was exposed to fentanyl and nearly died. It was our first radio call of the day.
This is all bullshit. So what they've done here is set up, I'm assuming this was just a training scene, and they've done like a training exercise basically because the cops have been called allegedly to this.
This was Deputy Five Eyes.
Vacant car park where they've set up probably one of the cops' private vehicles. I wouldn't be surprised this isn't in the fucking cops' car park.
Radio call. He found a white substance that he suspected was drugs.
Okay, so right there, he found a white substance that he suspected was drugs. He doesn't know what it is. He didn't consume any, he just went near it. So what this story is saying overarchingly is that just by being in the proximity of the deadly fentanyl, that you're gonna die.
Yeah, it's a powder.
Another thing, obviously, you can see the way this car's been set up. Like that, they've just stuffed all this stuff in here, a couple of cans. Like this is what not just this area here. That's not what it looks like when you've been pulling things out. That's what it looks like when you've been stuffing things in. We'll continue.
It tested positive for fentanyl.
Oh, I stand corrected. It tested positive for fentanyl. They didn't show the test.
Stuff's no joke, dude. It's super dangerous.
It's no joke, dude. It's super dangerous. So is letting a bunch of monkeys with sub 100 IQs run around with badges, guns, after you've told them that they're invincible and super powerful and have the authority to tell all the people whatever they want to tell them. Because everything that comes out of their mouth is a quote-unquote lawful order. At least according to them.
I was like, hey, dude, too close. You can't get that close to it.
You can't get that close to it. You can't get that close to it. Ugh!
A couple seconds later, he took some steps back.
He got close to it. He got close to it, everybody. And then, tragedy struck. Now, this should win some sort of prize for stupid-ass acting. I don't know any of you who've seen anyone pass out, but usually when you pass out, you don't tend to bend your knees and then break your fall. Usually if you... Well, you'll see. He starts staggering backwards, right? Now, staggering backwards plus passing out in the process equals... what's that stuff called? Conservation of stupidity... Yeah. Conservation of stupidity means that you fall over sideways and then brace your fall after you passed out. Oh, Jesus. Oh, no, I'm gonna fall sideways and watch me break my fall. Oh, no, it could be coof. That's how they all fell down in China when they got the coof. Oh, my God.
I ran over to him, and I grabbed him,
and then I asked, hey, bro, why are you passed out with your arms in the air and your legs bent up like that? It looks like you just laid down. Oh, and you're in a different position than when we just saw you fall down and you passed out and then you rolled over? Wow, bro, you're amazing.
And he was ODing.
He was ODing.
And...
He's fucking ODing on stupidity. Now, for those of you who don't know, fentanyl is an opioid analgesic. It is a synthetic opioid. It's a lab-produced version of heroin, essentially, or opium. Opiate means from the plant, from the poppy, so it's generated from the poppy initially and then developed from there, such as codeine, morphine, oxycodone, and so on. Now, fentanyl is 100% synthetic. It's produced in a lab, and that's what the key issue is here. The US government, along with others, the reason they went into Vietnam was to get the poppies. The reason they went into Afghanistan was to get the poppies. Osama bin Laden was George Bush's friend. George Bush and the Bush family in general is so intertwined with the bin Ladens. It's astounding. Go look into the Carlyle group. Go look into, what was it called? It's Little Bush in Spanish. A brusca oil, which means Little Bush. So they Little Bush started an oil concern, immediately copped 50K from the bin Ladens through an intermediary. So the Bushes and the bin Ladens have been linked since the 60s, 70s. And, yeah, so let's not get too far off track. So let's keep going.
I went to my trunk, grabbed the Narcan.
Still laying there with his arms up in the air. That's not how you pass out from an opiate. Now, opiates, there's a broad term for them. It's called narcotics. Sometimes they call cocaine a narcotic. It's not. Narcotic means sleep-inducing. Narco, sleep. Narcotic, sleep agent, causes sleep. So you don't pass out from an opioid overdose with your eyes open. It puts you to sleep, and then the respiratory depression comes because your brainstem stops registering the CO2 versus O2 level, and it's almost like you get too tired to even be bothered to breathe. Your brain's no longer getting the trigger that there's too much CO2, not enough O2, so you just stop taking breaths. Or you're taking breaths so shallowly that you're just not getting enough oxygen to your brain, which keeps you asleep.
Came down to him, grabbed him.
Okay.
And I did one.
So we go back. Eyes are open. No. Do you sleep with your eyes open? Narcotic. Sleep inducing.
Nasal spray in one nostril, open the other one. Another nasal spray in the other one.
arm's still in the air, by the way. How many of you guys sleep with your arms in the air?
Remember just not feeling right, and then I fall back, and I don't remember anything.
Okay, so he very clearly states that he started falling back, but then was cogent enough to fall sideways and brace his fall on the way down. And then he was laying there with his feet on the ground, knees bent up and hands up in the air. Like a dog laying on its back, kind of.
So that,
Just breathe, buddy.
Trying to get
Notice they've got this super emotive music going on. Like, oh, buddy, please breathe. Dun, dun, dun.
him to focus on just breathing. And
I'm not body language ghost, but this guy's got all of the I'm bullshitting signs. He's got the eyebrows up. He's got the whole believe me thing. He's got the I'm so telling the truth.
because
What? Is this guy's name? Is this guy's name Father? You get me a liter of cola.
you know that fentanyl, you can't breathe.
it was an
That's absolutely not true. As I just said, fentanyl doesn't make you not breathe. Respiratory depression can happen on a number of substances, and it certainly can't. You don't get respiratory depression from being near fentanyl. Otherwise, everyone in a hospital will be dead. Because guess what they use when you have a surgery? That's right, fentanyl. Why do they use fentanyl? Because it has a really short half-life. So they can use it for your surgery, 30, 40 minutes, bang, you're out.
incident. It's as though you
I mean, bang, you know, you're sedated and then you're out. Ever had a epidural? That's fentanyl.
like my lungs just locked up.
Your lungs don't lock up. This is absolute bullshit. This is propaganda aimed at people who are uneducated, can't think, and work 100% on emotion. That's why they've got the emotional music going. While they've got the baby, oh, it's so sad faces.
I couldn't breathe. I was trying to gasp.
That's not true at all. If you OD on opiates, you don't try and gasp. You can't because you're asleep. Narcotic, sleep inducing. You go to sleep.
For breath, but I couldn't breathe at all.
I mean, just have a look at this guy. That is a smart looking guy.
Bye-bye, you okay? Talk to me. Oh, no.
You want a liter of cola, Farva?
Don't be sorry. You're okay.
Wiping his eyes. Ready? Wait
Don't
for
be
the
sorry.
tears.
There's
Wait
nothing to
for
be
the
sorry
te-
about. I
Oh,
got you,
there
okay?
isn't
I'm not gonna
any.
let you die.
Oh, he's lying. Oh, I'm so... A cop lying? Huh?
I'm not gonna let you die. I need Narcan! I got you.
I'm trying
Have we already
to
done this
not
part?
let him go. Like I wanted him to know he wasn't alone.
And there's the eyebrows up. Believe me. Here he is again. Eyes open. Bracing himself on this arm. This is just complete bullshit. This is a training exercise they're trying to market as fear porn. Oh, he's blinking now.
It's Invisible Killer.
Now he's
he would
pretending
have
to be
died in that
asleep.
parking lot if he was alone.
That's not true at all. This is bullshit on so many levels. Anybody with any kind of medical knowledge knows this. I don't have a medical degree, but I did pass the MCATs, so I have a fair idea about what's going on here.
Fire department got there, put him on the gurney. His eyes rolled back in his head.
That's not true at all. So this was obviously a training exercise between the fire guys and the cops, and they're marketing it to the public as though it was a real event in an empty car park with no subject. And he didn't even consume any of the fentanyl. He just went near it. So, look, what we're seeing now is people have become so stupid. I hesitate to use the word, but it's just stupidity. Common sense died a long time ago, and it's not coming back. People cannot think for themselves. Prime example: use your all these people that are using their GPS to get them everywhere in their car. Most of these people couldn't find their way home without it, because the level of personal accountability and personal responsibility for anything has just completely been vacated. People don't have to know anything. They don't have to think about anything because they got the phone, and it's just made them stupid. And these type of fear porns that we're watching right here with this is all in support of their war on drugs, which is not a war on drugs. It's a war on people and families. That's what nuclear war is. It's against the nuclear family, because in order for totalitarian to take reign, they need to break down the family, because the family is like technically the indivisible unit that they have managed to divide with their stupid narratives, like all of these people with blue hair and purple hair on Twitter and the LGBT crowd. Like, it's just another layer of granularity in the division of the people. They need to keep us divided on all these different levels in order to control us. The division plus the isolation that's caused by the division, and then just the waves of fear is how people get broken down, and they just revert to like a childlike state where they need daddy government to tell them what to do, to the point where it gets to the government saying, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Like this whole medical situation we've got going on at the moment. I don't know if you guys are aware about the case in Canada where they were unable to reduce the Cox postulate. Case got diverted, came back, no longer the gentleman, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, no longer the gentleman versus the city, but now it's the Queen and the Commonwealth against the person. So that's a massive precedent in law. So any of you guys catching a fine for anything, definitely don't pay it. Contest the fine. If you're in the Commonwealth, cite that case as precedent. Tell them you need the Cox postulate for your defense. When they can't provide it, you're out of there.
And he started to OD again. And he was ODing the whole way.
This is absolute bullshit. This is all based on him going near it. He didn't ingest any, allegedly. He just went near it. Ugh. Look, this is getting me so pissed off. Like, I know quite a few people who have chronic pain from various reasons, and they are the people that are being hurt by this, because the public's getting propagandized. A lot of doctors are getting propagandized. They're getting letters from the government telling them, oh, this is super deadly. Don't give it to anyone. And it's making life hell for the people who need it. That's all. And protecting the heroin racket for people who are above the law. I'm looking at you, CIA, federal police, etc., who are smuggling this stuff and making squadrillions of dollars off it. It's the same thing with meth. Meth is competition for cocaine. And again, meth is just another thing that can be made without having the farming, without the massive production efforts. So it's a threat to the cocaine business, just like fentanyl is a threat to the poppy business, because it can be produced simply and cheaply without the need for a farm. That's what it is. That's the whole reason they're doing this, to protect their bottom line. I don't know if I mentioned earlier in this video, Vietnam, Afghanistan, all about poppies. And isn't it convenient that they're pulling out of the Taliban, pulling out of Afghanistan? I mean, let them go. It's their country. And the reason that they don't want it to be is because they want that central bank in there to ensure that they can continue the poppy supply. That's it. And to milk the people of the money. So anywhere that doesn't have a central bank, watch out. They're coming for you. And just quickly, I don't know who's seen the news recently about the pullout from Afghanistan. There's a big C-130 leaving. What's the tail number on the plane? 1109. 9/11 backwards. So you can probably expect that there's going to be some shit hitting the fan around or probably on the date this year, if numerology works correctly, which it certainly seems to, that there's going to be something serious going on early September as it relates to that. That's it for this one, guys. I'm going to get off before I get too rage a hold from this. So I hope that has given you some insight into the way the media is propagating utter nonsense with the goal of controlling the population through their minds. So control their mind, control the perception, control the mind, control the behavior. That's it for this one. Uncommon out. Peace.